Hi, and welcome to the second episode of the Little Agent Age Player Show. My name is Mark. I will be your padded agent through this process. Um, it's taken me a while to get another video up, and I'll tell you why. It's not because I'm lazy or anything of that nature, and I'm just going to leave you hanging and so forth. But I thought about it, and I mean, okay, I can accept it. Okay, I'll accept it that the last video was kind of boring. It was kind of. So I decided, you know what? Let's do something fun. So I set everything up. I have a very small kitchen. My apartment, though I have the apartment is pretty big. Okay, I have a very tiny kitchen. So I set everything up, got everything working great, got the lighting taken care of and stuff, and um, I cooked you guys a great meal. I mean, trust me, it was a wonderful meal. You probably couldn't get it anywhere else. And I'm just going to venture to say, you would have felt like you were in another country eating food. Anyhow, so it was great. Trust me, it was great. And you would have liked it. But anyhow, I recorded everything. I had my chef outfit on, my hat. I mean, it was great. Just trust me, it was great. And when I went to transfer it to my computer so I can edited it. Yeah, I had no sound. And I was quite upset by that. But I had no sound, so therefore I'm like, okay. I tried everything to get the sound and everything else, but this wasn't going to work. Not sure why I didn't have sound, but I'll look into that later. So then I decided, okay, well, I'm going to do another one, and so I did another one, and yeah, had the same issue with sound. So I had no sound again, and it was quite upsetting. But and I couldn't figure out any way to get the sound to work. I mean, I tried everything. I went online. You go online, and you're like, here's the here's how you do it and stuff. I went in and tried that and stuff, and I got it to about the same level as a mouse fart, and then it wouldn't go any further. So I'm like, oh God, here we go. I got to get a new mic. So I ordered another mic. The mic comes in. I had it next day, so I could, while I was in the mode, I could get it going and stuff. Well, I get everything set up, everything ready, and I am on a roll. I mean, we are having fun. We're doing it. We're just, I'm thinking to myself the entire time through, you know what, this is going to be just a great video and stuff. And at 30 minutes later, I realized I had forgotten to push the play button. So yeah, it's been quite the experience to get this thing going. Then I had lighting issues, and I'm still having lighting issues. For some reason, I can't seem to get lighting working properly. And mind you, I mean, I have a degree in cinema photography, so therefore, I know how to run cameras. I know how to run, Panavisions and movie cameras and whatnot, what have you. You give me a $100 camera, and I'm totally lost. I'm like your grandmother on Facebook, or trying to get on Facebook. It just, once that happens, it's just not there. So, and lighting's the same way. Though, lighting is lighting, but unfortunately, I tend to lean onto the I don't know. I'm gonna play stupid. Okay, I'm gonna play stupid and blame it on that. I'm actually half Polish, so therefore we'll blame it on the Polish side. I like that. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is how wrong Hollywood gets things. And by no means, I'm not picking on Hollywood as far as as far as films go, and casting directors. I worked in the field for a while, and it is probably one of the most thankless jobs there is. Um, you know, you're up pretty much at 4 a.m. every day. You pretty much work until, you might have anywhere from a light day of 100 auditions to go through to 1,000. I mean, it just, you know, um, just to film one, just to get one character. So, you might be all day long. You might be doing auditions all day long and stuff. So I have I don't want to make it sound like I'm bad mouthing the casting directors out there, because their jobs are thankless, um, and what's really shocking to me is the amount of work that the casting director does, and there is no award awarded to them in the academies or anything else for casting. So therefore, I applaud the casting directors and stuff. Like I said, I worked in the casting field for a while, not as a casting director, but as a casting associate, um, and I'm just here to tell you, it is a pretty hectic job. I mean, you have a lot of work to do. The rumor is, and I say rumor because exact counts and stuff are, but just to cast the character of Edward in the Twilight series, from like 7,000 photos they had to go through just to get that one person cast. So it's a lot of work. But today, what we're going to talk about is how wrong Hollywood has gotten things like, age. Okay. So we're going to start off with the first one that I've noticed. And of course, I have to do this with historical or period pieces because, well, you can't go wrong if it's fiction, or you can't go wrong if it's made up. So therefore, we're going to start off with the movie Tombstone. Okay. I know I talk about Tombstone a lot, but I like old westerns. The old westerns. Tombstone was probably the one with Val Kilmer and stuff. Is probably the most modern western that I like. But so we're going to talk about the movie Tombstone and one of the characters, Marshall Fred White. The actual Marshall Fred White. He was 30 years old when he died, or 31 years old when he died. I'm sure he was a nice guy. And he was the marshal of the town of Tombstone prior, like I would say about 6-7 months before the issue at the OK Corral. So he's a 31-year-old man. So let's see what Hollywood considers a 31-year-old man from back in the 1800s. Yes, let's cast a 72-year-old man to play a 31-year-old. And the actor is, I've seen him in several things. He has a huge name back in the 50s and 60s, as far as in westerns and stuff is concerned. But he's kind of too old for the role of Marshall White, of a 31-year-old. So, therefore, somebody didn't do their research. Another one that we're going to talk about is the movie 300. Mind you, I love Gerard Butler. I think I love his work. A lot of times his work gets me to thinking about things and stuff. So, great actor, great person. However, Leonidas, King Leonidas. Well, first of all, Gerard Butler, I think he was in his mid-30s when it started, or when they filmed 300, and King Leonidas was actually 60 when he died. So therefore, you know, and trust me, if Spartans had bodies like that at 60 years old, I could only pray I look like that. Okay. No, I'm not going to spray on abs on me. You know, I'm happy with how I look and stuff. You know, I'm happy with who I am. But those are just two examples of how Hollywood has gotten things wrong. Now, I know they're movies. I know that you know, it's just a movie. But those are just two things in history that Hollywood has gotten wrong. But again, I'm not picking on Hollywood. I'm not saying that they're bad people or anything else for doing it. It's just one of those things, you know, you're sitting there, you're watching something, and first of all, I'm a huge history buff, mostly BCE time. But you know, I am a fan of history. And so when I see something that just hits me, it starts me thinking and stuff. So I decided that would be one of the things that I would bring up to you. I was going to actually do a couple of a review on a couple of things, but yeah, I forgot to get them. I forgot to pick them up. So therefore, maybe we'll do a review next time on some things. This time, unfortunately, I forgot. I suffer from short-term memory loss. Because you'll see, you'll get, because I don't edit too much out, because, you know, I'm one of those, you know, what they call me one take Mark. So I like to try to get it all done through one take instead of editing out and stuff. But yeah, you'll notice that there'll be times I'll forget what I'm saying right in the middle of it, and short-term memory loss. So you'll just have to bear with it. So anyways, that will be our show. I'm trying to keep them short a little bit. You know, I know there's people out there that can do long videos and keep you interested for a lengthy period of time and stuff. And in fact, I watched a 29, almost a 30-minute video last night, and the guy on there went through it flawlessly, and stuff. But me, I don't think that you have that much time to just sit down and watch a really long video. So therefore, I try to keep them short as far as videos are concerned. But one of the things that I try to do also is to make sure that it's not too long to where you're bored, but not too long to where, you know, I have to sit there and think of other things, of other content to put in. And I tend to start repeating myself if it gets too long. So therefore, yeah, we're just going to keep them short, sweet, and to the point. If I can remember what the points are. So anyhow, that is our show. Again, you can contact me or follow me on any of my social media sites, which are down below in the description box. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up like button, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button so that you know when a new video comes up. Of course, you know, I'm not shy about plastering everything on social media as far as my new videos go. So therefore, you know, you don't have to worry about being notified by anything other than me that the new video is out. And I did get some emails from the last episode. Some people were very nice and very polite and stuff, which I thank you for being nice and polite about things. And then there was a couple of them that used some very colorful metaphors. which um, I answered them through the email because they're not worth my time. Um, you can educate somebody on something. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. Not saying that the people that used to color metaphors towards me were horses, probably more like a horse's ass. But nonetheless, again, like I said last time, I don't care what people think of me. I've gone this long in my life without their opinion, so therefore I don't need their opinion now. The people who I wanted to come out to already know, so therefore I think the person that took it the hardest is my mother, because she is more of a I don't know what denomination she is or nomination she is, but she's very religious, and yeah. But again, I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. One thing my dad told me, and I'll leave this. Well, this will be the first of two things I'll leave with you. My dad always told me this: opinions are like assholes. I don't like using words like that, but this is just, it's fitting. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. If they don't, they're full of shit. So the second thing, or the last thing I'm going to leave you with, is something that I'm going to start trying to leave end every episode with, and that is ARC. Okay, thanks to Morgan Freeman. ARC. A random act, or act of random kindness. I think we should all do that. At least once a day. I think we should all go up to somebody and just perform an act of random kindness. Whether it be helping somebody out with groceries in the store, or saying hi. There's a quality one. Just saying hi. If you're in a store and somebody says hi to you, say hi back. It's not going to hurt you. You're not going to get cooties. I don't know. I'm grabbing at words there. But let's all try to once a day have an act of random kindness. Okay, so with that being said, remember there is that subscribe button, there is that like button, there is the description box below, there is a comment section. Yeah, that's it. Let's call this a wrap, and y'all have yourselves a great day.